countries had very different experiences during the COVID pandemic. To understand these experiences, we need to see where the countries were before the pandemic. And to take two examples, the United Kingdom and the United States. In the years pre-pandemic, life expectancy in both big countries had stopped improving at anything like its previous rate. In fact, in the US, life expectancy fell for 3 years, 2016 to 2018. And in the UK, life expectancy, the rate of increase of life expectancy slowed dramatically, and health inequalities increased. In other words, if you look at people by where they live and look at where they live by level of deprivation, there's a social gradient. The more deprived, the shorter the life expectancy, and that gradient got steeper, and there were increased regional differences. And further, life expectancy for the poorest people was getting worse pre-pandemic. It was predictable that the pandemic would expose the underlying inequalities in society and amplify them. And that's what happened. We saw in the UK a social gradient in mortality from COVID-19 that was very similar to the social gradient in all-cause mortality, but slightly steeper for COVID-19 because people in the most deprived areas were employed in frontline occupations and living in overcrowded households. It's very important to learn lessons from this experience. Otherwise, we'll repeat the problems. My own view is that, and I published this in a report we did in Britain called Build Back Fairer, the COVID-19 Marmot Review, is that the increased social and economic inequalities, the disinvestment in public services that went along with austerity and reduced public funding,